What's up, everybody? Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com, part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined today by Matthew Moreno, Scott Geirman, and we are talking Padres accusing the Dodgers of cheating. What better story to wake up to today? If you missed it, Padres pitcher Seth Lugo, after getting absolutely destroyed by the Dodgers, accuses the Dodgers of stealing signs, saying the Dodgers knew what was coming. He thought they had been relaying his pitch grips from second base, though the story says he refused to use that as an excuse for his poor outing. The Dodgers responded. I mean, Lugo in this one, he ends up going 3 1/3 and giving up 8 earned runs, raising his season ERA to 4.19. So, Matt, I'll start with you. We can get to the Dodger responses here. Dave Roberts had a great response as well. But your thoughts on Seth Lugo accusing the Dodgers of stealing signs?
It was funny. I mean, I guess like as much as he doesn't want it to be an excuse, it kind of sort of seems like he was saying, this is the excuse. This is the reason.
This is the equivalent of our guy Daniels, like, no disrespect, but it's like, well, I'm not saying it's an excuse, but they were definitely stealing my signs.
Yeah. But then, where's like the pitch comm factor in all this? That's one question I have. The other question I have is also what Lugo said was, he knew going into this game that if the Dodgers got on second base, that's what they were going to do. So then, like, that's almost then, excuse me, sort of implying that Dodgers are stealing signs or relaying pitch grips, whatever the case is. And I want to be clear, like, whether this happened against the Dodgers doing it, this type of sign stealing, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's like, it's on the pitchers and the catcher at that point, right? To like hide your grip and change your signs and all that stuff. So I just feel like if you then also knew that this is what they do, then how are you not even more aware of it as it was happening before they just ran off, 8 runs in a row after the Padres had taken their 5-0 lead?
Well, the answer of how you don't do anything about it is because you're the Padres, Matt. That's the short answer. Scott, here are the quotes. Freddie Freeman, quote, "That's news to me." David Peralta, quote, "I don't know what he's talking about." Jason Hayward, "If that's what he wants to put out there, then cool, I guess." But the best quote of all came from Dave Roberts. "Sounds like an excuse to me." Scott, sounds like an excuse to me too. Dave Roberts and I agree.
Yeah, no, that's the best response, like cluster of responses that I'd hope the Dodgers would hand out. Like, just, to Matt's point, like, this stuff is totally fine. Like, if Lugo came into the game with the understanding that the Dodgers are a team that they have the firepower and the offense to really, do some damage with the ability to relay these signs or to relay the grip, especially like, you have to, come into the game more prepared. Like, he goes 3 innings scoreless and then he comes out and just gets absolutely obliterated and puts the game right in the Dodgers' hands. So there's nothing to do except it sounds like an excuse. Shout out to Dave, man.
Yeah, here's the sequence in that top of the 4th inning. Freeman single, Smith line out. So Smith lines out. So there's the only out that our guy's going to get in this one. Muncy walk, Peralta double, Hayward double, Hernandez walk, Outman single, Rojas single, and then Mookie Betts with the grand slam to cap it all off. So, I mean, the Dodgers literally batted through against Lugo. I mean, look, if Rojas, Outman, Hayward, Peralta, I mean, it's the whole crew in there capped off with the Mookie Betts home run. It was a beautiful thing. Again, this is one of those games where the Dodgers entered the inning down 5-0, leave the inning up 8-5. And it just, Matt, to me, this is the perfect summation of the Dodgers and the Padres rivalry in many ways. It's the Padres blowing a lead. It's the Padres making excuses. And at the end of the day, getting their butt kicked.
Yeah, definitely. And I will add, one sort of wrinkle to this. And I don't expect the Dodgers to come out and say, like, yeah, we had his signs, we had his grip. Like, they're going to deny it. That makes sense. But what I will add is, before any of this happened, before the Lugo stuff even came to light, I was watching the post-game show Monday on SportsCenter LA, and Dave Roberts was asked, like, what changed in the 4th inning, like, with Lugo. And he sort of hesitated before answering. So, like, I'm kind of inclined to believe that the Dodgers had something on him, but they're not going to come out and say it was this, and this, obviously, understandably so. But maybe it was just the lineup's day to, explode. We've seen him do it in the past, but that is, I think, worth sort of noting and adding as kind of a footnote to all this. That just makes it, in my opinion, even funnier.
Yeah. And Scott, look, the pitch comm exists. Like, there's a very easy way to avoid this from happening. And if you choose not to use it, and your grips are so obvious that the guys from second base, which by the way, you've allowed to get onto second base, but they can see it and relay it. Like, all of this ultimately is on you, Seth Lugo. So even if it's true, it makes you look worse because you've screwed up so badly that you can't prevent this from happening. That's where I land on this, Scott.
Yeah, no, like there's built-in ways that this is, to avoid these type of things. And if you're only able to get one out and then you come out here and you give up, 8 straight runs, that's something that you should really kind of figure it out with your catcher, get a pitching coach out there, figure out what's going on, or, just take him out before it gets to that point. Like, I mean, I know you'd want to give him the opportunity against Mookie Betts, but he had a 3-0 green light and put this game completely where it didn't want to happen for the Padres. So this is hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious. That's the best word for it. Again, the Padres lose, the Padres complain, and the Dodgers basically laugh at them, which is a perfect summation of things. So we appreciate you joining us here. Let us know what you think below about all this. Hopefully you find it as enjoyable and as funny as we do. Check out Dodger Blue 1958 on social media. And of course, right here on YouTube as well. We do have a video that broke last night. We had KBO insider Daniel Kim join us to break down the fact that the Dodgers end up signing Hyun-Suk Jong from South Korea, expected to be the #1 overall pick. Kim was the one who broke that story and hopped on with us and recorded. So if you've missed that video, check it out. He breaks down what MLB scouts are saying about him, how he compares to some other players who have come over from Korea, and even how the Dodgers kind of orchestrated this behind the scenes, going from no international free agent spending money to $900,000, which is just what they needed to go out and sign him. So fun stuff there. But again, we appreciate you joining us. That's Matt Moreno, Scott Geirman. My name is Jeff Spiegel. As always, enjoy the rest of your day and go Dodgers.